I feel that there's space to just have chiropractic, just what it's like to see a patient, look at an x-ray, and practice the adjustment and be in that space of being a chiropractor. At school, I learned a lot about chiropractic, but there's a lot of other things going on. The sciences, there's interfacing with state laws and agencies, board exams. There's a whole social environment that's like kind of a school, like a school, almost like a juvenile environment. But here it's just very professional, and it's all about adults being chiropractors. And so it's just more space to just do that and not have all these other parts of myself going at the same time. Speaking from experience in clinic, I've seen it directly affect people's attitude about what I'm doing with them and how they look at what's happening. I was coming here for a while, listening to what she said, getting adjusted by her, watching her with patients, and I was kind of using pieces of it or not incorporating it into what I was doing in clinic. And my patients, it was like hit or miss. Sometimes it would be really great days, sometimes it would be really not great days. And then eventually I just kind of gave up, and I started just doing exactly what she was telling me to do. And all of a sudden, everybody who came in seemed like they kind of got what I was saying, and they believed me what I was saying, and they trusted me enough to stay, and they started seeing results. And then I started to believe more in what I was doing and have more confidence. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. So it's been a really, directly affecting making every part of what I do in clinic as a chiropractor better. There's some level of repetition that has to happen with any concept for someone to really get it and take it into themselves to the point where they can carry it with them. And I heard the message at school. I saw x-rays, I saw patients, I saw people getting adjusted. But just coming here a lot and being in this kind of like a ritual, but there's a repetitiveness to some of the things, and it just kind of got through my personal defenses and became a part of me from hearing it and being exposed to it so many times. And she's someone who's willing to do that, just say it and do it over and over again until somebody gets it. She's somebody who really is willing to see people, see the person there, and she's also she can be demanding, and she can be stubborn sometimes, but she's also not judgmental, and she is really willing to, like I said, see the person who's there, accept who they are, what they're going through, and address all of that with her instruction. And so it's actually makes it possible for me to show up in the instruction space rather than be this kind of student person and then translate that back into my own life afterwards. It just is directly to me the whole time. And I've seen that with a lot of other students too. And so I think that's really valuable. How fast somebody can change, how much change I can expect from somebody, and how safe it can be. Yeah. And how, given the right tools and assessment and the right setup and the right care plan, how much I can ask from a person and how much I can expect from them, and how much I can actually kind of start to predict what I'm going to be able to give somebody and what I'm not going to be able to give somebody, and what is maybe going to be possible depending on what they decide to do. And that's really the surprising. I didn't think I was going to have that until a few years out into practice, but I already have it, and I'm not even done with student clinic, with clinic outpatients yet. I guess I've learned some flexibility, and I've learned a lot of acceptance. Yeah. There's room, there's a person-to-person interaction, there's a doctor-to-patient interaction, there's, man-to-woman, man-to-man, woman-to-woman, peer-to-peer, generational. All of those things are in the room at the same time. And I used to think I had to stay in doctor and they had to stay in patient. And now, from learning with Dr. Nystrom, I can see that actually that isn't always the best thing for healing. Sometimes it's more appropriate to just shift into being Craig and let them be, whatever, Susie or Billy or whatever. And and just be in that moment with them as that person, because I know I can step back into the doctor role. I don't have to worry so much about controlling the interaction. I can kind of allow the interaction and respond to it because I have confidence in the tools that she's given me. She hasn't really given them to me. She pointed out that they were already there and taught me how to use them.